England and India, who played a test series abhi garmi ki chuttiyon se pehle, are back at it again, this time for a 5-test series in England, by the end of which the two teams will have played 9 tests against each other in this calendar year, which is the most for India against a particular opponent in a calendar year since 1983. 9 times. यार मैंने इस साल exactly उतनी बार क्रिप्टो में इन्वेस्ट करने का सोचा है, but then I backed out. But don't worry, you can invest your time in this stats preview, at the end of which you will definitely, literally walk away with numbers. Hello and welcome to the stats preview for the England versus India Test series. My name is Tanay Tiwari and let's get started. India in Test cricket has been a force to reckon with. The wins in Australia, the dominant run at home, but Indian fans, 14 साल का वनवास हो गया. जी हाँ, it hasn't come home yet. The last time India won a Test series in England was way back in 2007, the year where we crashed out of one World Cup and won 2. अरे एक World T20 और एक Hockey World Cup. कोच कबीर खान को भूल गए क्या? But India's performance in England in tests in the last decade has been, well, significantly disappointing. न्यूजीलैंड के नंबर्स हटाना. अरे हटा न्यूजीलैंड के नंबर्स यार. जब न्यूजीलैंड का सीरीज आएगा तब बात करेंगे. अभी हटा दे. अभी let's talk about India's batting. Yes, and India's batting in recent times, well, has been okay. Now that's saying something because this Indian batting has Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara. These three, amongst them since the start of 2020, have just one century. That century from Ajinkya Rahane in the MCG test last year. No other centuries. The three of them average under 30. It is like TV पे कुछ चल रहा है, आपको change करना है, आपके पास remote भी है, but आप change नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि remote में battery एक ही है. But
रुको जरा, सबर करो.
India have one more remote. No, actually 2. But first answer this. Who is the best spinner in Sena countries? South Africa, England, New Zealand and Australia. Since 2018. Chalo bata do. Is it Nathan Lyon? No. Is it Mitchell Santner? No. Is it Keshav Maharaj? No. Or is it Moeen Ali? No. It is Ravindra, Jadeja and Ravichandran Ashwin. The two of them since the start of 2018 have the best average in Sena countries. In fact, Ravindra Jadeja has the best average and the best strike rate in these countries in these conditions. Ravichandran Ashwin, though, in these countries, has had 2 halves. Between 2011 and 2017, this was Ravichandran Ashwin light. He was picking wickets but not at a great rate. Post 2018, he turned into Ravichandran Ashwin Pro Max. He halved his average, almost doubled that wickets tally in conditions where pace bowling became better and better since 2018. And that is saying something. If Ashwin is India's wicket taker, Jimmy Anderson, the legendary Jimmy Anderson, is England's. जैसे कि कोई law हो कि जब Jimmy Anderson bowling करने आएंगे, wicket लेकर जाएंगे. But law है तो exception भी होगा. And the exception to the law of Jimmy Anderson is Virat Kohli, whose wicket Anderson has failed to pick in the last 5 years. These two have played 11 tests against each other. Virat Kohli, in the meanwhile, has given away his wicket to every other English pacer, but not James Anderson. और ये legendary James Anderson है, who, if he picks 3 more wickets, becomes the 3rd highest wicket taker in the history of Test cricket, surpassing Anil Kumble. 3 more wickets, and he also surpasses Harbhajan Singh's tally of 86 wickets against Australia in India to become the bowler with the most number of wickets against a particular opponent in their home country. In England, Anderson has 387 wickets, 13 more wickets in this series, and he becomes only the 2nd bowler in the history of Test cricket to have 400 or more wickets in one particular country. The only other bowler being the legendary Muthiah Muralitharan. I mean, James Anderson is such a great that I'm sure he's one of those 4 log. Parents कहते हैं ना कि अरे 4 लोग क्या कहेंगे? I'm sure Jimmy Anderson is one of those 4 log. And if at all he goes on to pick Virat Kohli's wicket this season, maybe he will also celebrate by summoning Ben Stokes just to, remember his missing teammate. This one between England and India promises to be a cracker, and starting August 4th, you will have an extensive coverage right here on Cricbuzz in the form of Cricbuzz Chatter, where Zahir Khan and I will join you at the end of every session to give you updates on Cricbuzz Chatter Hindi, while Harsha Bogle and Michael Vaughan will review the day's play at the end of every day. ऑन क्रिकबज़ चैटर एट स्टंप्स इन इंग्लिश। तो 4 लोग क्या कहेंगे देखने के लिए आइएगा जरूर।